Hello, welcome back to REV Endurance Sports, and I don't know, this is a different type of video. So Dennis came out from Ohio, and he's been watching my YouTube channel how long?
Since December.
Since December, so about 6 months. We're in June of 2022, and I did my Tuesday morning ride, and I'm sitting there having a quick recovery meal, and I get a phone call from a guy, and he's like, "Hey, are you open today?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but I'm by appointment only, and I wasn't expecting anyone." He says, "Well, we got two people just sitting outside your door." And so I come down, and Dennis was one of those people. So Dennis has been watching my channel for about 6 months. Are you getting any value out of it?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Even if it's not a topic that I'm interested in, I can still watch the video and still learn at least one thing.
Yeah.
So I'm here to tell you, even if it's not anything you're interested in, watch them anyway, because you're going to learn something you didn't know.
Well, I appreciate that. Is that maybe sometimes, because I know sometimes I'll do a video and it's not completely laser focused on the topic I'm talking about. Right. I sometimes will go off on it.
And that's the value
on the
of
tangents.
your videos, because you're constantly talking about cycling and things to do with it. So you're going to learn something. Now, the best thing I learned, and shame on me if I didn't know this before, was to flap your arms whenever you get out of the saddle.
Yeah.
That's one of the most valuable things I picked up.
Really?
Yeah.
So that is something that if you watch professional cycling, it happens so subtly, you don't even realize it, because some guys will just do one quick one and and you just hardly notice it. So what I've done is taken screen grabs of it and sent it to people because they're like, "Oh, I've never seen that before." And I said, "Well, here, watch this." And then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you're right. I've never noticed that. That's why they did that." And speaking of that, not only do you flick both arms when you're going to stand up, and by the way, let's kind of back up. What Dennis is referring to is when you're riding in a group, and let's say you're climbing a hill and you want to stand up, you always want to communicate that to the riders behind you, because people creep up on your wheel from time to time. It just happens. It's just, everything is always in a state of flux. But you flick your elbows, you're telling them, "Hey, I'm about to stand up." And also sometimes when people stand up, the bike rocks backwards. And so if it's just a perfect storm where the bike rocks backwards and the other rider's too close, boom, you're gonna kiss each other's wheels. And guess what? The guy behind you, because his front wheel's on a pivot, he might go down, whereas you're gonna be fine, right? Because it's just your rear wheel. Anyway, so not only do you flick your elbows to stand, you can also do that to alert someone of, let's say, there's a pothole, there's a crack, there's a, maybe a, as the British call it, a lazy policeman, which is a speed bump. So there's other reasons you can flick and not actually stand, and you're communicating that back to the riders behind you. And another point, the reason I have trained my crew to ride that way is oftentimes we are in a busy area and you're not going to be able to say up, and they're not going to hear you. So there's buses and trucks and stuff coming along. They should be always vigilant that, oh yeah, he flicked his elbows, he's about to stand. Okay, let me make sure my my front wheel is clear of his rear wheel. Okay, that's what that video is about. But so you're in town.
Yep.
And how long are you in town?
About 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Give or take.
Yeah. And is this the first week? Have we completed a week yet?
It'll be a week Sunday.
Okay. All right. So we got 2 more weeks to play.
Yeah.
After. Okay. I want Dennis. So we do a Tuesday morning ride, a Wednesday evening ride, and Saturdays we go out 6, 7, 8 hours. Take in as much as you want while you're here.
Certainly will.
Yeah, so you're invited to each of those. Tuesdays we roll it around 8-ish.
That's cool.
And then Wednesdays around 4-ish. and then tomorrow, Saturday, 8ish, right? So, oh, one of the other videos you told me that you watched was on the MTX pads, and
The
you're
MTX
very curious.
pads,
Yeah, you're curious about that.
Curious about it. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to demo them. I'm just going to buy them.
Yep,
Based
yep.
on what George has said, I can pretty much trust everything he says because he speaks from the heart. He's genuine. So there you have it.
Oh, that's awesome. I just got chicken skin goosebumps. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. One of the things that I think I wish to always bring to the channel is just a very genuine, authentic presentation of things. Not be salesy, but you will know when I'm really confident about a product, because I'm going to tell you that. And you know, at this point, the channel's only got 1,500 subscribers, so I have no sponsorship gigs. No one is paying anything for anything that I review or use, and I always want to bring that to the channel. Now, you mentioned also the SRAM front derailleur setup.
Absolutely. I kept losing, every once in a while I'd lose my chain on the bottom chainring. And this has been going on for about the last 2 years. And I messed with it and watched some other videos on how to do it, and it just never worked out. Then I saw George's video. I'm like, okay, let's check this out. And I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
And I did it. Haven't dropped a chain since.
Yeah. Yeah, so 2 years you've been dealing with this. Is that what you said?
About 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
It didn't happen very often, but it always happened at the worst possible time.
Of course.
Always,
That's when it
always,
does.
always.
Yeah.
And so far, so good.
Yeah.
So,
what else do you remember videos that you watched? Now, I think you told me that when you first came to the channel, you binge watched like how many?
well, I went to your channel. I saw some rides you did in the backcountry of San Diego. I'm like, yeah, I got to see that. 'Cause I want to do those rides. Oh, I've done that ride. Yeah, this is cool. I got to meet this guy.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go out to California, back home, and ride with him.
Mm-hmm.
And here I am talking with him. Yeah. Doing a video with him.
Yeah.
Doing a ride with him. This is like perfect.
Yeah.
This is sweet.
I think you said you binge watched like 10 videos all at one time. What was it?
I think I watched all of them.
There's 300 videos up. They're not all very good.
No, I didn't watch all of them. I probably watched about 20 of them.
No, that's great.
Probably about 2 hours worth.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And we're gonna close this off because I need to do some work, and that's a video that is coming right after this. But it's an open invitation. If you come into town, you come into San Diego, San Marcos specifically, I would love to meet you. I would love to chinwag with you, and I would love to go for a bike ride with you. So if it's feasible, you can bring your bike, you fly your bike, you do whatever. Oh, actually, you could ship your bike to my shop, and of course I'll assemble it for you and get it ready for you to ride, and then I'll pack it and ship it back. So there you go. But it's an open invitation. You want to come into town, you want to meet me, and you want to go for a ride, you want to see some of this epic stuff here. I mean, San Diego is a climbing haven or heaven. If you like to climb, we've got plenty of it, and our weather is very good during the late spring through summer and even fall. Just a drop of rain will not fall out of the sky. Although we had a sun shower like 2 days ago. We had a sun shower. It was the weirdest thing because we don't...
Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday. Okay, we never get that kind of stuff in June. But anyway, please like and subscribe. Please share my videos with your friends. And in the meantime, we'll see you up the road.